Alright guys, just wrapped up spraying the epoxy primer yesterday. The car now has 2 coats. Everything went fairly well, about as well as what I expected it to. I'm happy with the way everything looks. I'm currently working on 2 big videos. One is spraying the epoxy primer, and then the other is redoing the interior of the car. I have not had time to cut any of it, so I figured I'd just do a quick video update for you guys. Here's a closer look at how the epoxy primer turned out. Definitely a learning experience for me, and I tried some different things along the way just so I know how well this stuff works and what kind of things you can get away with. So one thing I did was, before I sprayed the different parts of the car, I took photos of them. So if areas start to rust or do weird things, I can go back and look at the photo of that area before it was sprayed and get an idea of, what's going on. Just a few things. I chose not to do the stranded fiberglass filler yet. I'm going to hold off on that in these transition areas. And I just wanted to get, again, a couple coats on so that I can throw this thing back together and start driving it around. Don't know how long I'm going to leave it in epoxy primer. I like the way it looks. I've said before, I'm more of a rat rod guy. I would like to give this thing a nice paint job someday, but I just can't make up my mind on what I want to do. So for now, it's going to stay like this. The epoxy didn't flow out as well as what I was hoping. I read a lot of stuff on this particular, it's the Eastwood epoxy primer, saying that it flows out really nicely, and I kind of expected this because a lot of the original paint I left on, and I just didn't do a good enough job feathering this stuff out so you can see what the finishes ended up looking like. One thing I did in this area was, this was one of the areas where I got fish eyes on the initial spray after the first coat. And what happened was I had some fish eyes, and then this thing sat outside in that tent that I had, and those little fisheye areas rusted. So what I did before the second coat was I just scuffed everything down really good, degreased it, and made sure that the surface rust from those fish eyes were gone. And I degreased it twice and sprayed the second coat, and it went over just fine. There's no issues. That remedied that. If that messed up the integrity of the foundation, I guess you'd say, I don't know, but I'll know in a couple years if it starts to rust there, and it's just something that you learn from. I've told you guys before, I learned better from doing. You can read all day long different guys' opinions on this stuff on the internet, and usually it's 6 one, half dozen the other. So for me, I'm just going to find out for myself what I can get away with and what I can't. So overall, I'm happy with it. I think it looks pretty good. The hood only got 1 coat, but everything else got 2 coats. I'll spray the hood whenever I get more, because again, I want to make sure everything's pretty well protected. But yeah, it was definitely, I can tell you this, on spray day, Murphy's Law is in full effect. So anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and at the worst possible time. So next time I go to spray, I will make sure that I have plan A, B, and C ready to go. I will probably from now on have a second gun ready to go, and just try to prepare for as much as what I can. So hopefully I get around to cutting these videos sooner rather than later, so I can have this stuff up for you. But like I said, I just wanted to get this up and show you guys what everything's looking like, and just give you, again, a closer look at how all this stuff laid out. So pretty happy with it. All right, guys. Until the next episode, stay driven.